Great. Hello, everyone. And let me just welcome to our second session of volunteer training. Oops. Are you able to see the slide correctly?
It's not full screen. It's kind of in a strange format.
Oh, okay. Let me rearrange that. That does it because I have two screens connected. So
The meeting notice that it's being recorded is still up there too, Hakeem.
okay. I'll go ahead and
There we go.
edit it afterward. Great. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is our second session of the volunteer training. My name is Hakeem Bagian, and we wanted to do this training to help our current volunteers, new volunteers, get acquainted with Pink Lemonade Project and how much our organization have grown throughout the years. And I would like to take this time to let everyone introduce themselves. And I can, call on people since we can't really see everybody on the screen right now, to just kind of introduce yourself and share with us why you're involved in this cause that is breast cancer. So I'll start myself. My mother was diagnosed of breast cancer and she later passed away. And that was the personal reason that really drove me to do this work. And that's really, what has been my calling card. And I can have maybe Linda, if you want to talk about yourself as well.
My name is Linda Aronson, and I am the major events coordinator for Pink Lemonade. I first was involved with Race for the Cure, starting that race in Las Vegas many years ago. And as a somewhat of a running I was into running, so we decided to start that race when it came down there, or it was available. And I've continued on because I feel it's very important as a woman and as a mother that we all need to be aware, and the more that we can do about it, the better.
Thank you. Jenny?
Yeah, hi, I'm Jenny Jasinski. I'm the program coordinator here at Pink Lemonade Project. My involvements with PLP came originally as a yoga instructor. I teach yoga as well. And I was teaching some of our Pink Link classes and teaching yoga to those affected by breast cancer. And then a couple years later, I saw this opportunity come up and jumped on it. And so it's been a great fit.
Awesome. Mary?
Oh, hi, I'm Marie Andrus, and I got involved with Pink Lemonade Project a little more than 5 years ago when my former boss was chairman of the board and said, these guys need help with their accounting. I was a CFO at Southwest Washington Workforce Development Council, and as a former CPA, I am condemned to be treasurer of every board I'm on. I am more than happy to stick around because this is a wonderful organization working for a deeply worthy cause.
Thank you. Jordana?
Yeah, I was working as a interpreter when Kearney has their mammogram day, and I met some of the people, or saw the Pink Lemonade and talked to some of the volunteers there and thought, this is really a great organization. And also a lot of the Spanish speaking community doesn't have access, doesn't really know what's going on or have support systems. So I thought, this would be really great to be able to get involved with this.
Thank you. Am I saying the right name? Stallman?
Yeah, my name is Linda. My first
Melinda,
name,
thank
why
you.
it didn't show up. But I'm brand new. I have never volunteered for Pink Lemonade before, but I have several friends and family, of course, who's been affected with breast cancer. And I just really felt I have the time now and I'm retired. I don't have to work every day. And I just wanted to start getting involved.
Okay,
Good.
welcome.
Welcome.
Kendra?
Yeah.
Hi, yeah, my name is Kendra. I finished breast cancer treatment about 2 years ago and really felt like I needed to do something to give back, give this newfound life some purpose. And so I found the Pink Lemonade Project, and I've really enjoyed all the people I've met and all that hopefully I can do.
Great.
Great.
Thank you. So here is just the list of our board. So Pink Lemonade Project being a nonprofit organization, we work for, the board is in charge of this, this organization. And here you can see some of their names, notably our board emeritus, who is Dr. Ellen Gabriel and Casey Gabriel, who are the founder of Pink Lemonade Project. And here is our lovely staff. I'm sure you have met some of us. And so, you get to know everybody's name here. Susan, our CEO and our Chief Strategy Officer, who's not here today. Chris, our Operational and Fiscal Manager, and Jessica Lightheart, our Marketing and Graphic Designer. And so as a refresher for some of you and as, new information, just wanted to touch base on our mission at Pink Lemonade Project. We strive to educate, empower, and support all communities affected by breast cancer. And that's just kind of how we like to present ourselves, to let people know that we don't just focus on patients, we focus on families, on service workers, all the ecosystem that revolve around it. So we have a holistic approach to breast cancer, and we try today to approach the question of breast cancer by building partnership, working with different organizations, create more awareness, and generate consensus, and try to find solutions to the problems that are facing breast cancer. We are based in Vancouver, but we serve Southwest Washington and all of Oregon. And some people sometimes just think that, oh, they only are in Vancouver, so they only serve, Washington. No, we are trying to serve, very wide area. And when I was talking about just the holistic approach here, this is what it encompasses. We have prevention, early detection, diagnosis, treatment, recovery, survivorship, living with metastatic breast cancer, and end of life. So we don't just focus on treatment. We don't just focus on people going through breast cancer. We work on education. We work on, partnering with health organization to provide screenings. And we also want to acknowledge people that are living with metastatic breast cancer, and we provide services for them as well. I would like to let Jenny kind of speak a little bit on some facts regarding breast cancer, and she can take it away.
Yeah, so just a few statistics. You may or may not know, 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed or will develop breast cancer. And here in the Northwest, we're actually at 1 in 7 women. 1% of men will be diagnosed with breast cancer as well. So men do get breast cancer. 20 to 30% are diagnosed early, or 20 to 30% of those diagnosed early are likely to experience a reoccurrence. And only 15% of cases are due to family history. I know that that's a fact that I learned. I always thought that it was, I don't have a family history, but it's actually a smaller percentage than you would imagine. And then, of course, in the healthcare system, there are disparities. And unfortunately, with breast cancer, there are disparities as well. So just highlighting some of those disparities. Black women under 40 have a higher rate of new breast cancer diagnoses than women. Black women are 40% more likely to die from breast cancer than white women. Latina women are diagnosed with later stages of breast cancer. And this is the leading cause of death for those. Native and Indigenous people experience significantly lower screening rates than white women, and breast cancer is the second leading cause of death for Native, Indigenous, and Asian peoples. And then talking about metastatic breast cancer. So about 1/3 of women diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer live at least 5 years after diagnosis. Some may live 10 or more years beyond diagnosis. And importantly, only 2 to 5% of funds raised for breast cancer research is actually focused on research for those that have already metastasized. So it's not very much. So that's something that we're aware of and talking about with a lot of other people in the healthcare world.
Yes. Definitely.
Yeah. And then these are some of the programs. As the program coordinator, I work with Talia Williams, who's our director of programs. And these are some of the things that we work on together. So we have community health and outreach events, education events where we share our breast health shower cards and our program and service information to increase awareness. We offer Pink Link and Virtually Pink events, which are educational series with medical experts that inform, educate, and build support for the breast cancer community. Some of those events are also fitness meetups or community building type events. We offer financial assistance programs for both urban and rural communities to help them during treatment. We offer a peer support group, so peer-led support groups for those diagnosed with breast cancer. We have a metastatic breast cancer series. So we offer unique educational social offerings, support, and financial assistance for those who've been diagnosed with stage 4. We also offer Revive retreats, and that was actually the very beginning of what Pink Lemonade Project did. In the beginning, we just offered retreats. They started with 3-day weekend-long retreats out at Manuka in the Gorge. We've evolved over the years. We are now offering some 1-day retreats as well, besides those 3-day retreats. This past year, we had a 1-day retreat specifically for Spanish-speaking Latinas, and then we offered a 1-day retreat for our metastatic community. We have what we call our Pink Peer Mentors. So this is a one-on-one peer-led mentorship program. Our mentors are trained by licensed clinical social workers, and we offer new trainings and refreshers every year. And then we have major events, and Linda will be talking more about those, but we have mission-based gatherings to support those affected by breast cancer and raise vital funds for our work, namely Pink Glow, which is our gala that we usually have in May, and then our Girlfriends Walk Run, which is coming up in 2 weeks or a week and a half.
1 week.
1 week, sorry, 1 week. She's counting the hours.
Yes.
Yes, indeed. So here you can just kind of see how the organization have grown throughout the years. And so just, starting with just Revive Retreat, you can see how we are now kind of touching on different aspects of breast cancer. So that's just amazing to see just the growth in itself.
Mhm. And then some of the other connections and things that we offer within our community. We have our Pink Cart program, which is raising awareness, but also funds for Pink Lemonade Project. So we're partnering with Waste Connections in Clark County and Waste Control now in Cowlitz County, which is a brand new program. In Cowlitz County, they are pink trash cans. And then in Clark County, they are pink recycling cans, which if you live in Clark County, you've probably seen those about. So you can buy those for your home or your business and have either your trash or your recycling picked up, depending on which county you're in. And when you purchase that cart, the funds come to us. We also have a breast cancer resource guide, which provides important up-to-date local and national resources to major cancer centers for people that are going through breast cancer. We have breast cancer collaborations. So we facilitate regional collaboration of local breast cancer organizations to increase communication and share event information to better support all those affected by breast cancer. We're now doing screening partnerships to help assist and underinsured so that they can get those clinical breast exams and mammograms in healthcare systems. We're working with clinical support groups. So we partner with a couple local health systems to offer support groups that are led by licensed clinical social workers. And then we have a specific Latina Spanish-speaking support group as well. And we partner with Northwest Family Services, Oregon Child Development Coalition, and Providence Newburgh to do that Spanish-speaking support group. And then brand new for us starting in 2025 is we'll be offering, and we're partnering with a group called Coastbusters. So 2 breast cancer survivors who live out on the Oregon coast and wanted to specifically support those living in Lincoln County because they felt that they weren't getting enough support out there. And so they've asked us to help distribute funds to those affected by breast cancer in Lincoln County.
Thank you. Before we move forward, is there any question regarding those programs and partnerships? Okay. So just kind of moving on, I wanted to touch base on our growth in terms of, the people and families we've been able to serve. And so you can see here since 2020 to 2023 that we have almost tripled the amount of people that we've been able to touch. And this has not been possible without the help of volunteers, helping us be able to be at different places at the same time when we have multiple events going on. So we just want to thank you for your support, for any help that you can bring to us, really help us ensure our mission is accomplished. And another similitude is, the amount of money that we're able to raise. So the more money we raise, the more people we can help. Being a nonprofit organization, that's essentially how it works. And volunteers play an essential role in that. And so we're gonna touch base quickly on how you can help us achieve this together. So before we get to the different volunteer opportunities, I just wanted to take some time and ask some questions here. If and this is something part of this training here that is a little bit interactive, because if you are going to volunteer with us, people might ask you, oh, what is Pink Lemonade? What do they do? And we would love to have our volunteer have a great understanding of how to present the organization and talk about what we do. And this is just here, and I will call on everybody here to kind of phrase for themselves how they would present Pink Lemonade Project. So I'll start myself. For example, if people ask me, oh, where do you work? I say Pink Lemonade Project. Well, what do they do? Well, it's a nonprofit organization that is based in Vancouver, but they serve Southwest Washington and all of Oregon, and they provide, essential support and services to people affected by breast cancer. But they have a lot of resources, and they're a great organization in that field. And I don't know if anybody wants to volunteer to try to phrase it themselves, or I can call you on the spot. Okay. How about I start with the stuff? Linda, how would you
I
phrase
knew
it?
you were gonna call on me. Yeah. Usually what I say, and it's surprising how Pink Lemonade has gained recognition just in the last 2 or 3 years. I think it's really become well known, but I say I work for a nonprofit organizations that's based in Vancouver that focuses on breast cancer. We have programs that offer support with mentors, with peer groups, with all kinds of support, both mentally, excuse me, I shouldn't say that, that will take them through their journey. We also help their families too. So it's not just the person who has breast cancer, but we're trying to help the entire family and the people that are around them. So then we go
Great.
from
Jenny.
Yeah, I think I echo a lot of what Linda says, that we're Pink Lemonade Project. We're a breast cancer nonprofit, and we empower, educate, and emotionally support those affected by breast cancer. We have financial assistance programs. We offer mentorships, peer support with our support groups. We offer community building so that you can meet with others who have gone through your breast cancer journey. And then we also educate, and we do a lot of tabling community events to get the word out. We share our shower cards with any organization that interacts with those that may be affected by breast cancer, and help make mammograms and screenings a little more, what's the right word I'm trying to say? A little more approachable. Some people are really afraid of the unknown, especially if they've never had a mammogram or they've heard rumors. And so to help dispel some of those myths and get people that are willing to, get their mammogram done, and encourage that.
Yeah, that's very true. And I would love to hear from our volunteers. Jordana. And
I would say a lot of what you guys said, but that it's a nonprofit. I would also that there's peer mentoring, there's groups, there's education, and I guess my feeling is so people and families don't feel so alone, that they have people they can talk to, which to me is the biggest deal, to have like a support group, people that are going through similar things that
Yes.
you can talk to, maybe hang out with, do activities with, and it just would make you feel better.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's kind of what I think. It would just, you would feel better than just feeling kind of isolated and maybe alone with it.
I would
Love it.
second what Jordana said. It's a sense of community, where it's very overwhelming. So you have people who have gone through it that you can ask questions of, who are there to support you.
Mhm.
And just always being open and caring.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Marie,
Oh, well, I'm a
you've
little
been
bit,
around a long time.
I'm a
so-
little bit of a ringer because I, I'm supposed to spout the mission statement, but honestly, I really need to go a little deeper than that. And so when people ask me that question, I say that Pink Lemonade Project was founded to support people and their families dealing with breast cancer at every stage of that journey, and that we support them in emotional, psychological, social, and educational ways, as well as direct financial assistance. And that our mission is support on top of, we do everything but the medical addressing of the situation.
I think that's great, Marie. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we have our jingle, and we will record this and have it on our website.
I just have a thought, maybe Hakeem, since you're from outside the US, I've dealt with women in, say, like the free clinic that are so terrified of having a mammogram that we do pretty well there, getting people to go, but there are a lot of cultures that are terrified and they just will not do it, period. Just like vaccines or anything. It's just a big no.
Yeah, and this is where we try to partner with other organizations, other nonprofits that work directly with those communities to try to get make screening more accessible, and just kind of tear down the stigma around it. I haven't heard from Melinda.
For me,
Yes.
Linda, well, like I say, I haven't done this before, and with
Mhm.
you guys answering some of these questions, it helps me understand more of the whole picture of what
Good.
Lemonade Project does. I didn't realize it reached out as far as you're saying. I
Mhm.
just see what's in the paper or newsletter of this event or that event, and
Mhm.
not
Right.
really, I never knew that you reached out to the individuals and the families more on a one-to-one basis. And I
Mhm.
like that. I think that's, commendable that you do that and work with other not-for-profits
Yeah.
to
Yes.
reach more families and everybody.
I know that because I'm associated with the free clinic, I've been handing out flyers to some of the families that I work with doing something else, and make it seem like a fun event, like, oh,
Mhm.
they're going to have some food there. They give gift bags. It's really, really nice. And it makes it appealing rather than, oh, you're going to the hospital to have a test. I mean, just the joy, it's pretty, the pink lemonade stuff, it's very pretty, it's appealing. And
Yeah.
people were like, oh, great. It's, you get positive feedback in
Mhm.
that way, is presenting it. It's like a fun thing instead of like terrifying. That's
Yeah.
what I found, that people are like, oh yeah, I'll call the number.
Yeah.
I've
Good.
never, yeah.
That's a great approach. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
something too, when I talk to possible donors that don't know us at all,
mhm.
one of the things I emphasize is that we deliver our services very directly with an absolute minimum of bureaucracy.
Yes.
Good.
That's the last thing someone that is going through this difficult experience wants to deal with is more bureaucracy. When they already have to
Yes.
deal with that on the healthcare system.
Mhm.
So I know we have two more questions here, but I will move forward because we still have about half of the slides to go through. And we're kind of pinched by the time, but I just want to say thank you for your support, your generosity, taking from your personal time to help us in any capacity. We really are really appreciative of that. And I will have Jenny speak a little bit on some volunteer opportunities that she's familiar with.
Yeah. So one of the things that we do besides the sort of obvious volunteer things you would think of is we have committees. Committees are everything from fundraising to our metastatic breast cancer advisory council, our major events committees, program committees to help us plan all of our programming events, and community engagement, as well as fundraising. I don't think I said fundraising. And then occasionally we do have the ability to create what we call an ad hoc work group if we need sort of a short-term temporary committee to help us with something, obviously related to Pink Lemonade Project. We can do that as well. And then the types of volunteer needs that we have are varied. So we have event-based volunteer needs, such as our Girlfriends Run or our gala, or at tabling events, or event-based educational things out in the community. We have office-based volunteering, where someone could come into our office and help out with any number of things, stuffing our swag bags that we give away, helping with data entry, research, mailings, and then remote. So we have a couple of research projects that somebody could potentially work on from home, and that could be a way to volunteer as well.
Yeah, and as well as making phone calls, helping get more volunteers to come and help us. So that is also something you can do from home. Oops, sorry. And Linda, I would like to have you speak more on this.
Well, my participation and help is mainly based with fundraising events, which are extremely important for us to raise money so that we continue on with the programs that we have. Our biggest fundraiser that we have is held in May every year. It's called Pink Glow Gala. It's a wonderful night. It's out at A. Everybody gets very dressed up. We have music, we have really nice food, we have a live auction that raises money. We have a silent auction too, but it's a gathering of all of our donors and our supporters that want to know more about what we do. We always have Susan, our CEO, speak. She will recap what we've done in the last year and show and just explain to people how we've grown, because we have quite a bit over the years. I've been there for 3.5 years, and it's amazing what is happened every year. So the Pink Glow comes up in May. I haven't started reaching out yet, so but if anybody's interested, we'll be starting to look for volunteers. That's a night, the volunteers would work strictly that night with registration, with showing people through the live auction, picking up things from tables as they are processing things. So it's a fun night. It's a fun night. You can kind of tell from the dress there. It's a fun night to go and get dressed up. And this year will be our 15th anniversary. So it's going to be the crystal celebration of actually a Pink Lemonade, the 15-year-old. So then the next, the other event that I coordinate is Girlfriends. And like we said, that is coming up next Sunday. You can still register. You can still come down and either volunteer or register to participate. We help Hawaii Racing Events owns the race, and we are the primary beneficiary. The race itself has been the 18 years. It'll be 14 years for us this year that we've participated. I call it my Pink Sunday because it's on a Sunday morning, and you can see pink for as far as you can see, with everybody with tutus and their shirts and their shoes. It's quite, people are there with pink hair, pink faces. So it's an event that is usually filled with joy, but it's also full of remembrance for those that haven't been able to win the battle against breast cancer too. It starts at 9 o'clock, and it's going to be at the Vancouver waterfront. It goes down through by beaches along the Columbia River, and then turns around, goes through the Fort Vancouver and up through historic Vancouver housing and downtown before that winds back. And you have a variety of distances that people can do. So the volunteers help quite a bit. We are given a list of positions that Hawaii Events needs help with filling, and we are glad to do that for them. You can see kind of from the pictures. The nice thing is that we usually have firemen welcoming the runners back in and giving them their medals, so that's always fun. And it's mainly a women's event, but there are men that also participate too. So that's coming up a week from Sunday, and if anybody's interested, you can always get hold of me later, and we'll see if we have an open position for you, or you can sign up. I can help you with that too.
Great. Does anybody have any questions regarding those two events? So moving on, we have our community health and outreach events. So sometimes we call them internally third party, but those are events, that happen throughout the years. And it varies from location. So it can go from Richfield to Vancouver to Portland. And we need volunteer helping us, man the booth, talk to people about Pink Lemonade Project, hand out our brochures and breast health shower cards. And those are, sometimes educational events that or events that our partners will be holding, and we will be there mostly to educate people and share awareness of breast cancer and Pink Lemonade and what services we provide. Some of the events are fundraising events where organizations or individuals will set up fundraising for us as a beneficiary, and we will be there to help raise the funds, show people, hey, we're here, it's a great organization, and you should actually donate to us. And
Please.
so
Yeah.
yeah, having volunteers there is very helpful. Like I said, for example, we are in October Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so we have a ton of those. I'm sure you've seen our volunteer newsletter with some of those events in there. And you know, we're a small organization, so we can be spread out thin. Some events can happen multiple times during the day, so having volunteers to help us be at, you know, those different events is very crucial.
I just like to say that I have volunteered at many of those sorts of events over the years, and I always get a lot more out of them than anything that I thought I would bring to them. You meet very interesting people, you get into amazing conversations, unexpected good things tend to happen, and it's I always come back from those events feeling like I had a great time.
Yeah. Definitely. And here we also have opportunities at our office, so that will be, you know, helping us entering data, and you know, doing some phone calls and assembling packages, or when we do mailing. So for example, at the end of the year, we do a mailing to a lot of our constituents, so we need a lot of hands on deck to help us, you know, put all of those packages together, and like we talked about before, do some research, and some of those opportunities can be also done remotely when it comes to research or phone calls, for example. So I just wanted to see, I know some of you are already volunteers with us, but I would like to know if there was a new area that came to you that you weren't aware of, that, oh, I didn't know I could help in this, or is there anything that surprised or came to you that you weren't aware of, or is there an area that you're really more, I will say, interested in volunteering in? No? Melinda, I'm kind of curious, since you say that you haven't volunteered with us, is there an area of volunteering that caught your eye?
Well, I think originally I was looking at just, you know, the events that were coming up where I could help. But after this session, I also feel like I could help in the admin support.
Yep.
Very much. I live in Vancouver. It'd be
Okay.
convenient, and I worked in an office for 40 years, so I think I, you know a
Yeah.
lot of things that might need to
Probably
be
do
done.
fine.
Yeah.
Awesome. That would be perfect. We really do need help as we get really bombarded in October right now. I just wanted to touch base also on how we communicate to our volunteers. So like I mentioned before, we have this monthly newsletter that we send to volunteers. We also post on our social media platform on Facebook when we need help. We will sometimes call volunteers that have given permission to receive phone calls and ask if they will be interested on volunteering at certain events if they mark that they're, you know, that's one of their interests. And sometime during Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we might send more frequently emails. And you can find out more about our current volunteer needs on our website. So if you go to pinklemonadeproject.org and you click on Get Involved, you will see this drop down that shows Volunteer with Pink Lemonade Project. And you will then go ahead and click on it. And that will take you to a page where you will just scroll down and you will see here current volunteer opportunities and information. Sign up today. And so when you click on sign up today, it will take you to this lovely form where you will see all of our volunteer opportunities. And it's pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. You will see the event, you will see the need, whether it's in the office, you get to select the time, enter your contact information and you just submit it. Oh, sorry. And then we will contact you to coordinate and work together regarding whatever interest that you decided to volunteer with. And we're just kind of wrapping up toward the end of our presentation here, and I just wanted to, take this time to see if you have any questions, concerns, anything that you'd like to discuss.
Was there anything new for anybody that they saw that you didn't realize that we did that you might enjoy helping?
I would like to help with some of the research. I do a lot of research in my current job, so I
Oh,
think
okay.
if I can help in that area, I'd like to. And Linda, I'd also like to partner with you on the gala planning for next year.
Yeah, good. Yes.
All
Great.
right.
That's good
So
to know.
So the main deal to communicate and everything is really to go to the website and go through the list, and that's updated, and we can put in where we would like to help, and then you will communicate back to us.
Right.
Absolutely, yes.
Okay.
There definitely is a, as Hakeem had said, with October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, it is so busy for us during this month. We're all running, we're all doing several different things all at the same time. On a normal basis, when you get out of October, things settle down, and it isn't as busy as October, but we kind of go in lag periods to where we don't need volunteers. That doesn't mean that we don't need volunteers eventually. It's just that we'll go in kind of cycles. It'll go up and down. So it's good. Akeem does a wonderful job with the volunteer newsletter. It's great. And it will list everything that's coming up. So just keep an eye open and, just let us know that, and if something comes up to where you don't want to volunteer anymore, let us know about that too.
I have a question. If
Yes.
you want to volunteer to administratively help in the office, can you sign up for just a particular time and then just do whatever's needed? Like say, I can give you 3 hours every other Wednesday morning, and just
Yeah.
come at that time to the office and dive into whatever's going on. Is that possible?
Yes, absolutely. I had a volunteer, Sharon. She volunteered with us for a couple of months coming to the office. I think it was Thursdays that she would be coming to the office, I believe between 9 and 1 p.m. And I would have different projects every time for her to help me, with administrative tasks. Sometimes it was mailing, sometimes it was data entry, sometimes it was
Right.
helping us clean up Little Green Light. And she was a great help. And then, life circumstances happened. She had to help with her grandchildren, so she didn't have much availability, and that's totally fine. But it was definitely helpful to have her help during that time. So yeah, it can be something recurrent. We can work together on a schedule, on a time that work best for you, and you can come in the office and help us regularly. So
And
that's
the
a great question.
projects, the projects could vary too, as long as we know that a volunteer is coming in. There may be things that come up at different times for each department. So if we know somebody's coming in, we can plan ahead and have everything ready.
Yes. Any other questions? So I'm gonna stop sharing the screen and